Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well on this first Friday of February 2023 to kick off the first album review of the month. I'm going to be looking at Watch the Throne, the collaboration album between Jay-Z and Kanye West. This is their first collaboration album that was released on August 8th, 2011. The album has a runtime of about 46 minutes and contains 7 singles. They are Ham, Otis featuring Otis Redding, Left Off featuring Beyonce. For this video, I'll just be referring to the song as Paris. Why I Love You featuring Mr. Hudson, Gotta Have It, and No Church in the Wild featuring Frank Ocean and The Dream. Man, why can't you just say the full title? Well, in this day and age, if I did say the title for what it really is and how it's supposed to be said, like the official name and all that, pretty much everyone online will be saying something about it because I just said the official title of the song, so I'm just shortening the song, so in a way I don't really get made fun of or poked at just for saying it for what it is, Alright, so continuing on, features on the album include Frank Ocean, The Dream, Beyonce, vocal samples from Otis Redding and Mr. Hudson. On the deluxe edition, the only include feature of those bonus tracks is Curtis Mayfield, and of course they're sampled vocals as well, just like Otis Redding's. Some vocal contributions on the album come from Kid Cudi, Seal, Justin Vernon, Ellie Jackson, Connie Mitchell, Charlie Wilson, and Pete Rock. The album was, of course, produced by Kanye West, along with others, some being Mike Dean, Swizz Beatz, Pete Rock, RZA, Jeff Basker, The Neptunes, and Q-Tip. Originally, the duo thought they were going to record a 5-song extended play, but it eventually evolved into a full-length studio album. There are a decent amount of samples used throughout the album, which I find a ton of them to be enjoyable and well done. If I could, without dragging this video out, another 5 minutes or so, I'd insert them in this segment here, but unfortunately today, I won't. But I'm sure I'll be up for it in one of my live streams. However, if I do remember to do so and, find all the samples that were used on this album right here. Now, let's go ahead and hop into the tracks. We start the album off with No Church in the Wild, featuring Frank Ocean and The Dream. It was an interesting track with a lot going on. I did love the production. I felt the instrumental was great. I loved the kick drum and strings that were on the track. I also didn't mind the use of auto-tune that was used on The Dream's vocals for this track. Left Off is the second track and features Beyonce. Originally, Bruno Mars was going to be featured on the track, however, it didn't fall through. I didn't mind the track, but I didn't feel it was one of the best, personally. But say nonetheless, I feel that chorus from Beyonce was pretty enjoyable and one of the most enjoyable parts of the track. Paris is an interesting track as it has a few samples. It samples Baptizing Scene by Reverend W.A. Donaldson, Victory by Puff Daddy featuring the Notorious Big and Busta Rhymes, and some dialogue from the movie Blades of Glory. The track is also built around a synth bell loop from the Dirty South Bangers music library. I feel this is one of the better tracks on the album, as both rappers do well with their verses, as well as switching back and forth with one another at times. I feel the samples were great and used well. I love the samples used from Blades of Glory, as you typically don't expect a sample like this to be used in a song, especially, from a movie and a popular movie as well. I also love the outro to the track with the instrumental change, as, for example, the snare is replaced with white noise. Otis features vocal samples from Otis Redding. It is an interesting use of the vocal samples. The track samples Otis's track, Try a Little Tenderness. I loved the vocal chops used throughout the track. I loved how both rappers take turns on the track, swapping with one another. Lyrically, the track is about the rappers discussing wealth, decadence, and fame. New Day was an interesting track. It is a slower track as well. Lyrically, it's about wanting their children not to be like them as they get older, with all the things going on once you become a celebrity. There are different things to watch out for, such as paparazzi. I feel like Who Gonna Stop Me is another enjoyable track. It samples I Can't Stop by Flux Pavilion. It is an interesting sample, as it seems like a lot of songs, or at least a lot of popular songs at this time, were incorporating dubstep in the instrumental, or at least having some type of electronic in the instrumental. Again, it is a nice sample. I also did love both rappers on the track, even switching back and forth at points. To finish us off, I'll touch on Why I Love You, featuring Mr. Hudson, real quick. I didn't feel it was a bad way to end the album. The song samples I Love You So by Cassius, which this track is also based on a sample being I Feel a Song in My Heart by Sandra Richardson. Lyrically, the song is about the people who have stood in the way of Jay-Z throughout the year and expresses themes of victory and anger, which is why Jay-Z is rapping on the majority of the track, with little parts from Kanye here and there on the track. But yeah, I did love the raps by Jay-Z, as well as the chorus by Mr. Hudson. My favorite tracks are Paris, No Church in the Wild, featuring Frank Ocean and The Dream, Otis featuring Otis Redding, New Day, and Who Gonna Stop Me. Today, I'll be giving this album a 4 out of 5. I still feel it is an enjoyable album over 11 years later, but there are a few dislikes I do have about it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Next week, I'll be looking at Thriller 40 by Michael Jackson. I do own the original album on CD as well, but figured might as well get the 40th anniversary for some of the bonus tracks. And yeah, I did take it out of, the little case, little design case that comes in, mainly because I couldn't get it to stand up right in, the case, so I just let it help for this little minute clip for no reason, I guess.